Hey, what's going on? I'm Truss.
I'm Phoenix.
And together we are Trippy.
And we are here with the other team.
Hey.
We're going to talk about our track, Let Me Go.
From top to bottom.
Let's get it.
How did we even get here? No, it's been a crazy year, but I felt our future was just oh so clear. We don't hug as much these days. At the ends of the bed we lay. I face away to hide my falling tears. I know how I get sometimes, even though you say I'm fine. I can tell you just wanted to keep the peace.
So, this song is very honest. We obviously always honest in our music, but this particular song was very introspectively honest. And shout outs to Vaco on guitar.
Yes.
And of course Truss on production. And Let Me Go was an honest memoir to ourselves, from ourselves, for ourselves. And so there's a line at which I say, I know how I get sometimes, even though you say I'm fine. I could tell you just wanted to keep the peace. And Truss and I are two different people, and it works. But that also means that we're aware of our differences. And that also means that we're aware of our self. We're very self-aware. So when I say I know how I get sometimes, like, I know how I get sometimes. I can be a lot, and sometimes, I'm up and Truss is like, just chill. And that can be a lot for him. And that can be a lot for me, too. Sometimes I'm a lot for me. So when I say I know how I get sometimes, that summarizes everything that I just said.
So before I lose my mind and lose you for good this time, I need to walk away from you for me. Honestly, I've never been on break before. This is hard. It's so hard.
So Charles and I have been together for 6 years now, and the hook was very important to me because the hook is the part that people often go back to or relate to in terms of the theme of the whole song. And so I just kicked it off and was like, honestly, I've never been on break before. So for the 6 years that we were together, everything was great, and it still is great. Was and is great. Ooh. And so I just wanted to make it known, like, we've never been on break. Everything has been great. This song was actually written around the beginning, initial lockdown phase of the pandemic, during which we did have a little bit of a break. And so I was just being honest about it. Like, we've made it this far and we've never been on break. So this is very, very hard. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people that we know and love, a lot of couples that we know and love and hang out with and, are friends with also felt that difficulty, that change. And so it affected a lot of things, but especially people who were living together in each other's presence, like, very frequently. It was very hard to then be like, this is a lot. I need to not be with you 24/7. So I said, this is hard. It's so hard. And I think I was in the studio like, it's so hard. Because it was so hard.
Always had a problem giving up control. Let my guard down before. I just need a minute. I can't take no more. Close the door. Don't say no. I know that resentment isn't what you want. So let me go. Let me go.
So I'm type A. It's not a secret. Mm-hmm. I'm very hands-on. I'm very, this is how it's going to get done. And that works for some people. It does not work for everybody. And especially when it is being in control of a situation that involves other people, it's hard for me to be like, okay, I'm going to relinquish control to you. But that is very bad in a relationship sense. So I learned very quickly that even though I have been hurt before, I've let my guard down, that it is because of that it's very difficult for me to let go of control. So if I'm in control of a situation and, for example, I like to put all the dishes in this cupboard or all the plates in this cupboard or whatever I like to do, or like have everything in the fridge on certain shelves, just like totally type A nonsense. It is hard to give up that control, and like sharing space with individuals, sharing, music with other individuals is a challenge. So again, it's my self-awareness piece to be like, I've always had a problem giving up control because I feel like when I'm sharing control that I'm not in control, which is very problematic. And so I had to work through that. And during the pandemic, the initial phases of the pandemic, I definitely had a lot of battles with myself over that.
You can see me, but can you feel? Sometimes I think you don't see me for real. All that's in view is all there is to do, and what I can do for you, but not what I'm going through.
It's my turn now.
I'm relinquishing control.
So, in my verse, I started off saying, "You can see me, but can you feel?" And I think it's great to be seen, especially as like a trans man, a trans black man, walking amongst society. Like, to be seen and respected as such is a great thing. But can you feel me? Like sometimes like she was saying, like she's up here, I'm down here, or vice versa. And sometimes like she could probably say the same thing, where it's just like we're in our own bubbles and stuff. Sometimes we can't really see past or feel what the situation is around us. So yeah, that's what and then the next line, I say, all that's in view is all there is to do, what I can do for you, but not what I'm going through. I wrote that because, working together and like being together, sometimes the lines get blurred as like business versus personal. And like sometimes the day starts and we just get right to the business. And like, it works sometimes, but there are times where it's like the personal is also like a lot is going on in the personal realm, but there's still so much to do on the business side, and it's hard to get that balance. And so yeah, sometimes our vision is blurred from all the things that we have to do versus what I'm going through or what she's going through. Like, yeah, it gets really easy to blur those lines.
I want to complain, I struggle to communicate, but you can't hold space for me if you got a full plate. And I want you to eat, I want you to dream, be all you can be, even if it's without me.
So that line where I was saying, you can't hold space for me if you have a full plate, I was saying that because it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's just like, if you have so much going on in your personal bubble, to extend a helping hand may not even be helpful at all because of all the things that you have going on. And I feel like you be of more help when you have that capacity to help someone. And that's a lesson that I'm really trying to learn myself, and I feel like we're both trying to learn. We say yes to like a lot of things that we shouldn't, but we but it's we have big hearts, and that's something that I do love about her. And sometimes though it can be too big.
Appreciate your honesty, partner. Mad honest right now, B.
Mad honest.
This ain't easy, cause I ain't never really been in love before. I stayed for sure, it's a chore, trying to give you everything that you want and play my part, but it's so hard.
Okay, and then the hook. I have to clear this part up because when we were making the video for this lyrics for the song, in that part where I say, you know, I haven't really been in love before or stayed for sure. It's a chore trying to do everything that you want and play my part. But because of the way the stanza is set up, it sounds like I'm saying it's a chore to be in love. And I just want to clear that up right here and now. That is not what I'm saying. The chore is like trying to do, like I say, trying to do everything you want and play my part. But it's hard because sometimes I feel like I'm not enough for you or for me, even though I'm trying to be. So therefore, it's a chore sometimes to do all those things. It's not a chore to love you. I just had to clarify that. In the video, she reacts and stuff. But I wanted to clear that. It is. But I wanted to clear up what I meant.
Okay. I hear you.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not enough for you, enough for me. I try to be. This must be the hardest thing to ask. I know, just let me go.
Yeah. And like, when I said sometimes I feel like I'm not enough for you or for me, the big part is sometimes I feel like I'm not enough for me. And, you know, I've been working on that, especially in the beginning of the pandemic, when we all had that time to just really sit with ourselves and just self-evaluate and examine and just like, yeah, like, okay, so what does it take for me to become enough? And just really finding that. I know that, or at least I hope I am enough for her.
I put it on the record right now. You're more than enough.
All right. Big hook.
The big hook. Oh man. Making music with other people is fun. It is challenging, but it is fun. So shout out to anyone who's ever had to make music with me. It really is fun, but it's challenging. For the same reasons mentioned earlier, like my type A, my control, my hearing it in here. Truss actually put me onto a term. He calls it demoitis. And I have it very badly. And so when I hear an idea and I've committed to that idea being that way, it is so hard. It's so hard to change that. And for the hook, I was like, okay. Like, I was so excited. I came to Truss. I was like, okay, I want like 90s R&B, crying in the rain, like Deborah Cox, RO, We Can't Be Friends, singing behind closed doors back to back, like drama, right? And I want that translated audibly. And he was like, I don't know if I hear that. And I was like, okay, picture this, okay? And then I played him the two hooks at once, and he was like, this is, what did you even... It was
chaos.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
The thing is, like, it's, man, a good mix, and like, I learned a lot in the mixing process of this album.
Because he is an audio engineer.
But trying to give her everything that she wants. I tried to balance everything as best as I could, because at first it was just voices on top of voices, and like I have my background vocals doing harmonies. Like I have like maybe 5 layers of backup vocals of just the oohs and ahs, and then she wanted us like both parts. It sounds good now, but at first I was like, yo, there's literally 10 voices plus just screaming right now, and the ah. So I was like, yo.
The what? Sorry,
Your ad-libs. No, I'm not doing it again. They can rewind. But it was a lot, but we figured it out. Now it sounds good.
Just trusting that process. And I wanted the emotional build-up. I wanted both of us to contribute to that, because we had been singing to each other. And, you know, he's talking about, you can see me, but can you feel? And, you know, like, I'm feeling like we're not being listened to each other. And then it's like, the climax portion where it's like now we're really not listening because we're talking over each other, and then to come to the end and realize we're both saying the same thing, which is let me go, right? And so I think Truss did an amazing job of turning chaos into art, and
it's all about balance, baby.
yeah, he continues to be that balance in the group, and I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you as well.
And I'm grateful for this song. You know,
yes,
we made it through the song.
We did
We're
it. We
still
did
together.
It.
So
it's just a song.
Just a song, baby.
But like, yeah, based on real events, you know, it's, you know, sometimes it's rain and sunshine, you know, but yeah, in every healthy relationship there's the ebbs and flows, and communication is so key, and I think that's why this song was able to be what it is, and for us to even be able to perform it still, and making the video for it. I made her cry a little bit in
Truss
the
is an
video.
actor. Like, don't get it twisted. This guy was yelling at me.
She was yelling
and,
too.
Okay, but like I'm always yelling. Let's be honest. Truss is very chill, very calm, very cool, collective. So when he was getting angry with me, I was like, "Is this real?" And my eyes were like, "It's real, girl. Go time. We out here." And just
but
like
when they yelled cut, it was back to jokes and everything. So
yeah.
like, you know, so but it was fun, and this song was a nice little vibe, a nice little way to wrap it up. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm Phoenix.
I'm Truss.
And we are still trippy. And you've been tuned in with us and the other team. This was Let Me Go from our album Mirror Soul.
Yeah.
Which is out now.
On every streaming platform you can think of. The video for the song is out on YouTube. You can go to our website and find everything at wearetrpp.com. Yeah.
Thank you so much. This has been
Top to bottom, baby.